back to you then. It's caught up to Asco Buoys, Geronimo, Monty and Doro, looking like one of the Blues brothers there. He's very athletic looking bloke, and he was there. He's got himself well braced, knees well bent. He's got some waves coming at him, and they're going to put a jibe in by the look of it.
Well, they've had to go low to miss this channel marker off Nelson Park, and a lot of big waves at the same time, so always a tricky thing to do. But first week out, new combination, they're doing a good job.
Setting up for a jibe here in his second because they're running out of runway, so I'll just watch them do this and we'll cut back, have a look at the Mojo boys, see how they're travelling. But they've got a nice little bit of pace on here, these guys, doing a good job. Jibe time. Keeping it upright.
Got Mojo, yeah.
Going to sit off the back of the Mojo here. They've got a bit of an issue with the boat underneath them, a little yatchet, but I'm sure they'll be able to accommodate them. And yep. So we're looking at Ewan McNichol on the stick here.
Ooh, bit of traffic.
And a
here.
yacht underneath them. This could be interesting. I hope he tacks in a hurry. Just got enough room to sneeze through. Yeah, put the helm down is always good to avoid those ones. So Ewan, one of the great skippers in this class. In other classes, he's an Olympic coach. Coached the women's match racing team in Weymouth, didn't he? So he can just get a phone call, turn up in the park, and get out there and do some magic on these boats. He's got a very good crew with him, of course. These are the guys that are sailing with Chris Nicholson. You know a lot about Chris, was it?
Yeah, yes.
Runs a very good program, Chris Nicholson.
Absolutely, or two-time Olympian, I think 3 or 4 times Volvo around the world sailor and skipper in the last edition. So yeah, Nico is no slouch, and it's been a long time since he sailed in 18. He was back in the Grand Prix days with Skilled Engineering. But these guys are leading all the scratch boats, and obviously they've, with that problem maybe with the Vang earlier on, these guys have sailed back up to these other guys very well.
So there's an interesting race we'll develop this next time around. We've got James Doran in front of them in the Asco. Just watching him early, he's probably got a couple of 100 metres break on these guys, but I reckon Doro would like to beat his old boat home, and these guys would like to beat Doro, so that could be worth a look at some point going to the finish.
Yeah, so still another lap to go, and as we've already seen, you know, traffic can come into play on Sydney Harbour as it normally does, and so you've got to be very aware and plan a long way ahead.
Nice pictures there, opening up the Harbour Bridge, the mighty Mojo on fire. Lovely day out here, folks. That's what we always wanted to see. Nice sunny nor'easters, 18-foot skiffs just romping downwind. What could be better? I'll come back to you shortly. So just watching Mojo close in on Asco, coming across on starboard tack, and this is closed right up. We thought it might, and this will be a ding-dong all the way to the finish, you would think, but Mojo's made some big inroads there. That jibe off, he went back inside Bradley's there. So this is closed right up, was. This will be good.
Yeah, and Asco overlaid, and once again is making it hard work for the priority in the shoot down. But having said that, you know, Ewan's probably left the drop whisker too late, but he'll just turn the wheel and get the inside. So
a lot of work for
and a bit of prawning there.
Stopped. So sometimes it pays not to go that hard and don't put too much pressure on, Was sometimes.
Well, you very rarely see them drop their chutes too early. And it's, you know, and the little bit of coaching I've done, I just dare to drop early.
Yeah.
It's nearly always too late. Once again, the same with DeLonghi, you know, just going to sail past the mark and just make it hard work.
Want to be getting out on the rack a bit earlier than that, but anyway, they've all got their own way of doing it. Michael Coxon not on the money today. I think that big mainsail's probably a little bit overcooked for him, but I'm sure he'll fix that up. So
see, that's a
off
good
the
one there.
pace with the scratch boats.
Coco started to drop a bit earlier than the rest. And so that was actually pretty good timing. They're going to have to two-sail jibe here, which they do nicely.
Oh. So as Warwick was saying, they were all not interested in taking the chute off early. Just bang them down at the very death and make your own arrangements. So that's it at the bottom mark. We've got one more uphill and down to go. We'll catch up with the leader shortly. See you then.
That
is our leader, Lumix. These guys have had their nose in front all day. They probably, on the water, they lost it to Asco, but then because they went around the red mark, they've gone around a blue mark this time because of their handicap, and they've just blown their doors off right now. I can see John winning in the distance. Mojo, he's having a sniff at Woody's position, but Mojo's a scratch mark. He's got to go all the way to the furthest mark, the white boy. Lumix will do this in a canter. All he's got to do is keep it upright, Woz, and that'd be mandatory right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a really good job today. They, had a couple of little handling errors, but as you said, this is the first race of the season. Most of these boats have been sitting on trailers all winter with probably no attention to them, and so there's little hiccups here and there, but they've certainly done a nice clean job today and should easily win this race.
Yeah, you won't get the grin off Jono's face. Always nice to win one. It's not easy to win a race out here with the competition starts to heat up. So we'll get down and follow them across the line, but we're just going to watch these other two boats come round. Hopefully we've got enough grunt in the outboards to get us down there, but I think we might. We'll be going straight. They'll be doing the zig-zag jobbing. So next boat on the racetrack, as you can just see coming in here, Simon's got him in camera, is John Winning coming straight at us, and that's Mojo, Ewan McNichol right up his clacker, a little bit to leeward. So that's the podium, and Asco, I don't think, we could, because Mojo's got to go around that furthest mark, so it could be a close one, but we'll work that out down the bottom. So I think that's enough for us up here. Those guys are going to get round these marks. They'll sort themselves out, set chutes and set sail for the finish line. So we'll get up down the harbour and track along and take Lumix across the line for you, and then we'll pick up the rest of the podium. John Winning about to go around his blue marks, so he's in pretty good shape. So that put Ewan back a bit. He's got to go all the way to the white mark, and we'll put him out the back door, and Asco's on approach to his, he might be going around a white mark, not sure, but it doesn't really matter. We'll see, it'll sort itself out at the finish line. That's what these three boys are all about. So we're going to look for Lumix, catch up with you then. Just caught up with our leader, the Panasonic guys. They've got such a big lead. I'm assuming that they're just going to soak this thing down the harbour, They're all sitting in, nobody's pressuring the rig up. You can only assume they're just going to cruise into the finish.
Yeah, well, you don't see that very often. You've got the mainsails out, and I don't know, maybe they're slowing up. I think they might hurt their handicap or something. I think they're sandbagging at the moment, or they've broken something. They don't want to be on the stress the rig, but it seems a bit unusual. The breeze has backed off a lot, but yeah, you don't see that very often.
Well, it is a massive lead. It'd be nearly over a kilometre, so they're just going to feather this thing down the track and take the win.
Oh, you know what? Looks like they've broken a pole wire. The wire that supports the pole on this tack or this jibe is broken. So the starboard wire, you can see the pole bending really badly.
Well spotted, was it?
So they've taken all the load off the boat and just try and nurse it home. When they jibe, they'll be able to load it up again.
Yeah, you're right. That whisker is not doing anything. So that explains that. So they've just got that luxury of that lead to be able to get away with this. Slow way to the line, but just got a couple more jibes to go and they'll be through with it. So that's what's happened. A little bit of rust out here. The boats, as Warwick was saying, they've been on trailers all the winter, untouched and thrown together down in the park today. So that's the story. Lumix just got to get another half a K down this track and they'll take the victory. Come back. back to the finish line. Hopefully they'll get there. So what Warwick Rooklyn picked up on was that busted bow prod wire, and so different looking boat now. 3 out the rack and sending it. So yeah, handled that pretty well. So they'll pretty much lay the finish on this board. They won't have to go back on that other dodgy side if they just take it easy. So that's our leader, all the way leader today. Lumix sorting out the problems right at the death, but just had the luxury of that massive lead that they build on all day, going around those short marks. Well played. See you at the finish. All the way leader today, Lumix, just ranging up on this finish line right in front of us, and they'll be able to get through on that board. So a little bit of drama at the end for them, but nice job these guys. Just going to let it skate through. And there it is there. Horn well played. So first today, Lumix. We'll just sit here and see what happens for the podium. They're coming down back to then, about 5 minutes away. Here comes the mighty Yandu, Johnny Winning's boys, cruising in, clear second today. Did a great job, faultless sailing on their part. They just enjoyed those blue marks most of the day, so they got the luxury on the scratch markers. And I can see a ding-dong battle coming here for third, Asco and Mojo. So we'll button off and see who gets that one. Back to you then. Okay, what we thought was going to be a close finish, you're looking at Asco, and they overcooked that ley line to buggery, and they've had to peel their shit as a result, and not so for Ewan McNichol, who's just nailed this approach to this finish line. They got heated up a bit, but they're just going to cruise through here, whereas James Doran, I don't know where he was going, he overcooked that one big time. But third today for Mojo, and
that was a good result for you.
Yeah, Ewan did well. First of the scratch boats today, takes third on the podium. And DeLonghi is of interest here because they're going to jibe. You would think now would be appropriate. And see if James Doran's going to get them. They've just got their bow down nicely. So Asco across next from DeLonghi.
More breeze down this side of the harbour.
A lot more breeze down here. Warwick, you're right.
They've overlaid as well.
So it's got tricked up here. We've just realised up the top mark when we were up there waiting for that windward rounding that it was quite light up there, but it's freshened up for some reason down this bottom part of the course, and there's a couple more boats overcooked here. Thurlow Fisher, not so Malcolm Page, he'll make it quite comfortably, but Thurlow's got a fair bit on there just to keep the chute full. So that's it for the second race of the season. It was good. Thank you, Warwick Rooklyn, for coming out and having a mag. Good on you.
Yeah, thanks, Killer. I enjoyed it. I caught up with Steamer and you and for the boys, so it's been a pleasant afternoon.
Might be a possibility where you want to do it again next Sunday. Love to have you back, mate.
Yeah, I'm around. It's good. Okay. Always enjoy coming out.
Well played. We'll get ashore. Thanks, Simon Brown, for squeezing the trigger. Malcolm Page is doing a little full lie-by on the way to the beach, and we'll catch up with John O'Witty and see how he's feeling. I'd say he'd be feeling pretty good right now. See you ashore, and we'll see you next Sunday.